All right. And we are live. And this is GFan84, also known as TJ. I'm here with Orange Hat Reviews and Rosetta. How are you guys doing today?
Fat.
Peachy. The world is my oyster.
Ah, I gotcha. All right, 1 second. It looks like someone else is here, too. It's
Mylas!
And hey,
What's
how's it
going on,
going?
fam? What's going on, fam? This is your streamer, Brother Martinez. Well, it's I mean, real life is good on my end. I had a good day yesterday with the family. Had a nice kick-ass barbecue and spent time with the family, so it was good. But you know, as far as the rest of the world burning on fire and what's happening on Twitter, it's a shit fire.
Yeah.
I love that little Punisher platypus you got on your avatar right now.
Well, thank you. I don't know if he identifies as a platypus, but you know, it's a different thing from being slandered as a duck. So I appreciate that.
Well,
it's either that or I call it a duck. So
it's a lot closer to a platypus, honestly.
We'll go with platypus Punisher platypus. We'll go with that one.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
but yeah, today I want to talk a bit about the gaming industry as a whole and some of the things that I've been picking up on lately. Well, not just lately, but for a while. How many guys are you guys gamers? Like, do you follow gaming
old
news?
School?
Mostly just old school RPGs. I like the strategic where you can actually plan like multiple attacks all at once and
all
that kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm not a gamer, but I'm following some of the mess that's been going on. So you know, like the thing with Naughty Dog and
Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
I have that shirt.
You would, you little wanker.
But
hey, I support people.
But as we know, like the whole situation with Sony and Naughty Dog, and also about like the game Last of Us 2, all the leaks and what the subject matter is and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting because a lot of people, I was watching a little bit of Mara Jade's channel, and her live stream last night about it, and then all the backlash on Twitter and that type of thing. But the thing is, for a lot of our gamers have been saying this, is that inch by inch and year by year, it seems like the gaming industry is becoming more and more politicized, especially like almost Hollywood style, like where it's very much like for developers and for publishers and game developers, where it's like they're not really focused on doing telling good stories and games, but more than focusing on agendas or what have you. And it's really
propagandizing.
And it's really getting annoying and for many gamers. And also another thing too is the fact that as we know, EA has been under fire in the UK about microtransaction loot boxing, and that's been investigating as gambling. And if it is considered gambling, that means they can be charged for allowing minors to gamble. So,
personally,
that's a heavy charge.
I'm kind of conflicted on that whole thing because personally, I don't mind having a whole premium set and stuff like that. My problem is if you're advertising a game as free and the only way to get through the story is to buy the stuff. Other than that, I think it needs to be left between the parents and the kids, because most of these things you're not supposed to be able to purchase unless you're over 18 anyways. So you have to have your parents' card.
Well, for
I don't
many,
think it should be the government telling them they can or can't do the loot boxes unless they're actually doing a bait and switch.
Right. And that's actually what they're trying to actually look at, the technicality of it, because with loot boxes, you do get something. Gambling, you actually might lose everything and never get anything. So that's what EA is arguing. It's like, no, you're actually getting something. You just might not be getting the right thing you want. But it's also been a kind of an issue where many AAA publishers, such as EA, such as Bethesda, are really going and taking the free-to-play model and them putting it on AAA games. And
you
guys remember.
Like I said, I don't think government should be getting involved in this little petty stuff between the parents and the kids.
Right.
Government, fuck off.
Yeah. Now this has been brought up here in the U.S., but it actually never went anywhere because it wasn't considered gambling. But in other countries, it is getting brought up. So take that for what you will.
I think you have a much closer argument on gambling with like the companies that make the digital slot games, and then you can pay to get more coins for them.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a lot more of a case on their gambling than these loot boxes.
Right. And I think it also has to do with the idea of the paywall and how games used to be. Like when you got a game, you got the full game, and you just had to unlock everything yourself.
However, there's also a bit of a thing with that is we could go back to that, but they'll probably start charging us like the old games, $20 to $60 an app.
Yeah.
So would that be better necessarily?
Yeah, I don't know. So
I see both sides of this argument because there is ridiculous, and some companies definitely are ramming it with so many of these boxes you can't get through the story without them.
Right.
And that's a serious issue.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I like having free ones. And for a lot of free games, especially if you go like I do, like I said, I like the very old-fashioned RPGs. And when you're getting into those, you're getting into companies like Kemco and that. All you have to turn off internet before you start the game, and there's no ads or anything there.
Right, exactly.
So.
Yeah, I've done that too. But some of the games that I have, though, you have to be connected to the internet to actually play them. So you have to watch about those games too. So recently, I started playing Doom Eternal. I don't know how much you know about the Doom series, but that game it's just a lot of fun. And it's kind of funny because it's developed by ID Software, and but Bethesda published it, and there's kind of like a running joke because the whole Fallout 76 debacle. There's kind of like a running joke I see in the comments, like the conversation pretty much went like this. ID's like, "Hey Bethesda, you want to make money?" And Bethesda's like, "Yeah." So ID responds as, "Okay, stay out of our way." But it reminds me of the old school, you're the badass shooter, and you're just ripping demons apart limb from limb, and it's just a lot of fun. But there's actually story in it too, which is great. But the gaming industry has been really, I don't know how you want to say this, really starting to get shy away from games with too much violence or sexual innuendos and stuff like that. And
too much of that. I mean, it should have a rating system like the ones you actually buy the hard copies of. It should have warnings if it's not appropriate for children.
Yeah, it does, and they do still. And some
apps not properly use that. I will say that.
Yeah, but for instance, a year or 2 years ago, there was a. You guys know who Anita Sarkeesian is?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She's one of the head people that's been making a lot of issues with gamers and stuff like that. But not that long ago, a couple years ago, she actually visited EA, the EA corporate, and now corporate put on a good face, saying, "Oh yeah, it was nice talk," but many of the devs who were there tweeted saying they felt extremely uncomfortable, and it's kind of like they're trying to pander to. It's like they're trying to pander to the lowest denominator there.
I know what devil Anita Sarkeesian is, says Dino.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you, Dino.
Who doesn't
Yeah,
love that little, or
thank you,
who doesn't
Dino.
love that T-Rex?
Yeah. I want to get one of those costumes. I really do. But so what do you guys think about this whole issue with it seems like especially with The Last of Us 2, as Mara was saying the other day, it very much seems like they're either shill reviews because they get perks, or they're essentially getting essentially being paid off to like review some of these games. I'm kind of mixed on that one. I don't know. Huh?
Fuck Naughty Dog.
Yeah. Not just Naughty Dog, but also Sony, and I'm a huge Sony fan. But even I can see like there's some sketchy things at play when it comes to reviews, especially from gaming critics and that kind of thing. Because mind you,
Well, the thing is,
these perfect reviews and stuff, this just goes right back to the whole Rotten Tomatoes issue.
Yes.
Because the guy that worked for Rotten Tomatoes that did basically the expose where, yeah, we have to, or we're forced to give good reviews. Otherwise, we will lose our jobs and lose our perks. Yeah, we want to keep those perks, and we want to keep our jobs, well, because it's money.
Yes,
so
exactly.
The thing is, if any of these idiots gave an honest review of, let's face it, those reviews are not honest. I'm sorry.
No, they're not.
I mean, they threw in that 7 out of 10 just to say that it's not perfect, but then why would you say it's a perfect freaking score? It's not. So that whole article contradicted itself with all of it. Them shilling calling it a masterpiece. It's like, somebody put up that simp alert thing.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but like
it's not even a simp, because I guarantee you they're not going to qualify to get any pussy out of it.
Well,
never know.
I don't know.
No, they're not getting their dicks wet.
Well, another thing too is, and you hear this from a lot of reviewers on YouTube. A lot of these guys, like, even if they don't give them perfect reviews, a lot of these guys get digital early release copies before everyone else did, so they can review it. So I can see why a lot of them don't want to get rid of those perks too. See, like I said, I kind of understand that they want to keep their jobs, they want to be able to make money, but at the same time, the issue is like you're pretty much you're pretty much like selling out, just the case.
They're sellouts. They are hardcore sellouts who care about nothing but money and greed and fame. Let's put it straight up.
Yeah, they basically did sell out. They stopped caring about the integrity and just went full, give me the money.
Yeah. But in this state of play and this way of thinking, in the way this economy is right now and the way everything's going, do you really blame them? I'm just saying, because if this is your only type of income.
Yes. Is money worth more than your soul? Yes.
I guess I'm kind of torn on it, because like, that being said, I was watching this one story about this one Twitch streamer, and she's practically telling people to give her money. And it's like, and she pretty much insulted everyone who didn't have $10.
Yeah, that Twitch thought, I remember her.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I mean, at that point, if you're just giving her money, you're just being stupid. So, if she makes money doing that by assaulting people, hey, at that point, hey, she might as well keep doing it. But it's yeah, and like Dino said, bot reviews, yeah. It's just it's kind of like getting kind of annoying though.
I think he spelled that as the wrong type of bot.
Oh.
I'm not saying that's not what he meant. I'm saying BOUGHT.
Yeah, he spelled it BOT.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think that there's some definite hand changing money for that.
Oh yeah. And and again, also too, like people kind of forget how much money these free to play games seem to get. Heck, I'm trying to remember which game it was. They would have like celebrities like endorse them. I mean, the amount of money to pay to a celebrity just to say like those words is probably insane, but yet there they are. That's how much money they get from even just doing those free to play, with buying premiums and that kind of thing.
Just by having the ads, they get that kind of money, because when you have the ads, they get paid for every ad that pops up.
Yeah, that's true.
Popping up ads on people every few minutes, and they've got millions of players. It adds up really quick.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it does.
I mean, you got Mr. T as Mr. Knight F. Mohawk on World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah. And well, they had
Mr. T, and I'm a Knight F. Mohawk. Mr. T, there isn't a class called Knight F. Mohawk. Well, how would you know? Maybe Mr. T actually hacked your game and created a class.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, those commercials were freaking awesome.
They had Chuck Norris
for World of Warcraft.
Yeah, they had. Look it up. Chuck Norris did a World of Warcraft commercial because they even did the whole Chuck. There are 50 million players in World of Warcraft because Chuck Norris allows them to live.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's actually on there.
Shit,
yeah.
I know.
What?
That hasn't popped up on the screen yet. It says Corporate Inc. I'll pay you journos for a good review in your soul.
Yeah, basically.
Yep. Well, whatever works.
That's why you always read the fine print.
Yeah.
I'll actually admit, Legends of Tomorrow actually did played that little trope very well.
I won't play any game that actually has full terms of service, because at that point they're asking way too many details.
Yeah.
Little brief, little 10-second to read little blurb on this is how we function, this is what might happen. As long as it's not ridiculous, okay. But if they've got written out legalese terms of service to even open the app, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it is good because you never know. You might actually give up your soul if you play the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know what it feels like.
Well, I mean, it's yeah. It's just one of those weird, interesting situations that gaming's finding itself in. But yet, many gamers that I've known, they've been seeing this coming for a while. So, at the same time, it's terrible that this is happening, but it's it's just it's kind of been in the process for a while.
Yeah.
But it's becoming more and more blatant. I think that's what it is. It's becoming more and more blatant about it. So that's like heck, I mean, okay, think about it this way. Look how with Hollywood and the way things are there. I mean, they would blatantly with Last Jedi, blatantly call their customers, idiots, man babies, all that kind of thing. And they still got away with it. I mean, the general audience really didn't care for the most part. And now you're seeing it with gaming, where many of the devs are calling out, gamers on Twitter and stuff like that. And not that many. I mean, I still see some of the more independent reviewers that I follow, call this out, but many of the mainstream ones like IGN and all that. Well, IGN I kind of lost faith in for a couple of years now. as far as their reviews. So, I mean, take that for what you will. Then moving on, we got stuff in games, and stuff in movies. If you saw that many movies are getting delayed, but like as Orangehead was telling me earlier, some movies are getting bumped up, like Wonder Woman's coming in October. So you think that's a good release date for Wonder Woman, October?
I think that it's better than anything else because it's better to put it in October mostly because there's not a lot of stuff in October.
That's true.
Movies.
Some horror movies.
Yeah, horror movies, sure, but
and to those who aren't into horror, they like having an alternative.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. Yeah. I always thought October felt odd because I would think that there'd be more bigger releases other than horror movies because they just fill the market with horror movies. And for people that don't want to watch those or when there's too many.
I get the same feeling every February. I get the whole thing about you want to scare her into your lap, but how come Valentine's Day you can't go out and see something that isn't horror? There's not even
because they're trying to destroy love.
Yeah.
There's not even romance in the theaters usually. It's just horror.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, what the fuck?
They're trying to kill love.
Celebrate.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but like, in February, you would think they would have a bit more higher end releases because people are getting their income tax back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So they got so obsessed with the notion of scare her into your arms, which I do know is a thing. But they forgot that, sometimes, and I'm not a romance fan at all. In fact, I think most of them have ridiculous plots that actually treat men like shit. But what happened to having something other than horror for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, put an action film in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Put an action film in. Put some romance in for the couples that actually want to be mushy and gooey.
Yeah.
Just have some variety for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's that. Well, yeah, that's like May into summer is where you get your bigger releases, but it feels like then they flood it just in those couple months, and you really don't get very much the rest of the year. Or sometimes you have some Christmas movies in December, but even then, those releases are hit and miss a lot of times.
Or if you're watching not theater related, you have Christmas movies about 9 months of the year because it's all they fucking do anymore.
Oh yeah, Hallmark. Hallmark has Christmas movies in July.
Now I will say, I treat Christmas movies the same way I treat horror. I think most of it's stupid, but I have a guilty pleasure for watching the really low-rated like Hallmark and Sci-Fi Channel stuff.
Okay.
For the same reason, I can turn a 90-minute crappy movie into 6 to 8 hours of shameless mocking, pausing it constantly. And it's really fun for me and my husband to sit there and mock everything they say and do.
I watched a bunch. My mom likes the Hallmark Channel, so I watched a bunch of Christmas movies, like all day, one day. And you know what I picked up on? Why is it a lot of times the leading lady steals the guy from some other girl? How is that morally right?
Or there's only a few plot lines. Evil corporatist is trying to destroy something, and his girlfriend cheats on him with somebody else and leaves him. It's evil corporatist this, and this town has to rise up against him. Or it's, look, it's Santa in his town, and nobody fucking realizes it because they're idiots. Or, there's like 4 or 5 main plot lines they use, and they're all idiotic, and they use it for every fucking movie.
Yeah, I lost count how many made up countries have a prince in it, in those movies too. At this point, like, when I watch them, I'm like, I kind of do the same thing you do, Rosette, where I just pick them apart, and it's like, okay, why? Yeah, but they're just
that. The worse it is, the better it is because you can really have fun.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess there's some charm to them at the same time because if I keep watching them, there's something charming about it.
You sure about that?
I don't know. I mean, if we're taking our time out of our lives to even just pick them apart like that and watch them for like 6 hours, then obviously they're doing something right because the more that we view it,
they
the more
piqued your interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, later I gotta watch a movie and do a review for it, Kroll, because I said I would do 2 reviews. Ugh.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in decades.
Jeez, I can't even remember. Yeah, it's been a long time for me since I saw that.
I forgot Liam Neeson was even in it.
Yeah. Well, that's like did you ever watch Darkman?
Yes.
I didn't realize that was Liam Neeson until like years and years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you look back at some movies like especially ones you saw growing up, you didn't realize it may have had like big name actors or like before they were big name, and then you look back and it's like, oh my god, is that him or her?
I know, right?
But no, going back into the movies, and because of this whole coronavirus thing, I was talking to Orange Hat, and one of our more anticipated movies was Godzilla vs. Kong, and that's getting delayed till May 2021. Hey, one asked, how's it going? Hail to you.
What up, Bass Bitch Cook?
Troublemaker in chat.
Uh-oh.
But
yeah, I'm pretty sure that I got clipped last night.
What did you fucking do?
It's not something that I did. It's something that I said.
I repeat, what did you do?
Yeah.
We were talking about alcoholic drinks, and it's like me. I like the harder stuff, and then I just realized what I said, and I'm like, oh dear God.
It's not as bad as the clip that Hunky keeps referring to from my stream.
What's that one?
Basically, where he threatened the Senate, saying that he has no problem hunting minors down.
Oh,
yeah, they turned that into something totally perverted, which is just.
I did not.
Yeah, the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey did.
Oh,
you know what? He just sneezed just now.
By the way, never tell him if you go through the gifts, there's actually, if you search fuck you or fuck yourself, in the gifts, there's actually one that does the Disney emblem and says, go fuck yourself with a cactus.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
I am looking that up.
I've used it on people.
Gifts. Oh my God. Wow. Where do you search for these gifts? On Twitter?
On Twitter, when you post something, go in the gifts and type fuck yourself, and it's there. It says fuck yourself with a cactus. And the first thing I thought of was all his cactus jokes he makes at you.
That's because I told him to sit on a cactus.
Have you found it?
I'm searching. I just got to the thingy. Sometimes my phone loads slowly. Fuck yourself.
Oh, jeez. There's a gift for everything now.
Well, let's see here. Searching. Now it tree yourself. Bunch of cactuses. I probably should get rid of the word cactus.
Yeah, just together.
Let's see here. Yourself.
Sadly, it shows up in my frequently used now, so.
Well, damn it, you should put it up yourself and whatnot. Fuck yourself, fuck yourself, fuck yourself, fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, burn in hell, go fuck yourself. Little girl slitting her own throat with a finger. Go fudge yourself by one of those stupid late night hosts. Christian Bale punching someone out. Now we're getting into love yourself. That's just weird. I said
What?
fuck yourself.
Well, I mean, fuck is.
Well, yeah, there's some technicality there.
Yeah. Let's see here. You can go shave your back now. What the fuck?
No, that's a quote from Mean Girls. I use that one on people all the time.
Yeah. There's a guy walking a horse across the street, and it's kicking another guy that's running after him.
I also, by the way, sent it to your messages, but search "fuck you." I was trying to remember which one.
You just sent it to my messages?
Mm-hmm. Go look.
Well, fine. I'll look that way instead. No fucking way. Go fuck yourself with a cactus. Jesus fucking Christ. They actually made one that says that. I'm saving this.
Yeah, you ought to save that one.
I am saving this if they freaking allow me to.
If you type in literally "fuck you," it comes up in the top section.
All right, well then I'm gonna type in "fuck you."
Okay.
Then you gotta tag Hunky in it whenever you use it.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm actually going to tag him in a damn tweet saying, "Hey, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, LOL."
There you go.
Sorry, I just totally turned this into an FU fest. This is the first time.
We sometimes descend into madness, folks. Oh my God, it's the first one. It is the first one. That is just too freaking funny.
So freaking over the top laughing. I'm just like,
all right, now I just gotta tag my favorite British monkey.
Hey, you gotta tag me. Who helped you find it?
Yes, Hunky, Chunky Funky Monkey. Okay, not the mooch. With regards from me and Rosetta. LOL.
Sorry.
You got the hiccups.
No, that was a giggle.
Wait, he's British. I should be proper. With regards from Rosetta and I.
Yes.
Keep that fucking pinky up while you're flipping people off too.
Yeah, really. Yeah, be proper about it.
You mean like this?
Yes.
No. You don't want the pinky too far or it distracts from the middle finger. What you have to do is have the finger up and have the pinky.
Yeah, it's like kind of like you're holding tea. Like you're holding tea.
You're supposed to curl it.
Yeah.
You have it like this. So, pinky up.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well.
Keep that pinky up.
This hand, I can't do it very well. I broke this hand punching a wall.
Ooh.
And
Can you cross all your fingers at once?
No. That is just disturbing.
But
I am a weird.
Okay. He. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. With regards from Tyrus and myself. He. I should put just kidding or JK just in case.
No.
Well, I did anyway, so.
You're nicer than I am.
You're damn straight.
I almost used that one on him the other day when he started sassing one of my posts. It's like, no, I won't do that yet. Orange has to be a part of him seeing this.
That is so weird. You know something? It is so weird that AFK Bard follows me, But when I go to her thing, it doesn't say that she follows me. That is so weird.
Now, that happens to me a lot, actually. There's a lot of people.
Your follower account number too, by the way.
So what?
That does actually screw with your follower account number too, by the way. It's this glitch Twitter creates where it tells them they're following you, but doesn't tell you they're following you, and it takes one of your numbers off.
Jeez, that is just so cheesy.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I've noticed that too with a couple.
Don't mind me. I'm stuffed up. I just got sucked on Vicks.
Well,
I wouldn't suck on it, but I wouldn't hail it. I wonder if she'll actually see this. I actually tagged Darth Barbie with a cheesy little Baby Yoda joke.
Oh yeah,
And-
I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah. It's like, what do you do to stop a Baby Yoda tantrum? Tell him, do or do not, there is no cry. Let's see, 7 likes. Oh, she's in Canada, so she probably hasn't seen it yet. I'm joking, people. I mean, hopefully she'll start seeing my stuff again now that I'm actually trying to tag her and whatnot. But you know, I reached out to Anna, that Star Wars girl, for the versus stream in August. I'm not going to reach out to Jesse because right now Jesse is having it or is in a difficult time. So yeah, I'm going to be polite and not do that. I mean,
try to bring me in there
into that versus stream. That's
Look at your eyebrows.
dangerous. I mean, I don't want my channel flagged or banned.
Excuse you, I'm not that fucking bad.
True. I did try extending in a one to Odin for the Wick versus Born, but unfortunately he does Friday Night Tights, and I was thinking about saying, couldn't you take one night off? But no, he does that. That's good for him. But yeah, I love last night when I was on when I was in the chat talking to him or asked him what he thought about Kroll, and he's like, I see you doing those polls, man. Watch Edge of Tomorrow. So I know that he's voting on the polls.
Right.
And I already did the review. I mean, I redid it today to give a little bit more thoughts into it. So tomorrow morning I will I'll put it up most likely around 9 o'clock when he actually does his Asgard movie Mondays.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Rosetta. Oh, okay. I was about to say. I saw a bald spot on your head.
No,
Made you look.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's just this little spot here that looks weird because where my part hits.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's been there since I was little bitty.
But so bit of personal thought here. So
Excuse you, Dino.
what is
Rose is the most controversial woman in comics. YouTube, not so much.
it?
Rose who? Or what comic? Rose who?
He's talking about me.
Oh.
Oh.
You're in a comic?
I'm working on comics right now.
Oh.
Yeah, you're working on them, but you're not in them.
Well, that's what he's saying in the comic world.
All right. Now, what was your...
Bad. Out of the so far I've tracked the information to figure out at least 15 women that work as writers at Marvel right now.
Mm-hmm.
I started looking over that list. 13 of them have blocked me.
Oh my God! Only you would have that kind of luck.
Gail freaking Simone tried to troll me. She came off, started harassing me on my channel, sharing stuff out to having her followers try to harass me, all kinds of shit. It ended up with her and her followers blocking me.
How the heck
Fuck on that bitch.
has the monkey not seen it yet?
Well, what time is it?
Dude, you're like 5 hours ahead of us in Britain. Wake up. Here's a banana.
On a wall with duct tape?
I still maintain that he was the one who bought it.
Look,
Now, what was your...
You and Monkey insulting each other again on my stream the other week, because that goes back way back. That's been going on way before. That was what going on when Jeremy showed up on my stream in December. He literally showed up as you and Monkey were insulting each other.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck you, fuck you. And then she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, what?
Shit.
Oh, hi, Jeremy.
He's laughing at you two, going, the monkey made me do it. Blame the monkey.
Yeah.
That was one of the weirdest things.
Happening now in Chaz Seattle. You can't really call it Chaz Seattle. I mean, it's just called Chaz, which I feel sorry for Chaz Bono.
But the whole thing is, Heather Antos decided to try to gender explain things to my husband, and then blocked him. So I mean,
damn it! It only happened on Twitter.
I made it a mission for her to block me.
Oh.
And by that I mean but between me getting the screenshot from him of him being blocked and me posting my screenshot of her blocking me was less than 4 minutes. You want to know what I was like in that 4 minutes?
I'm sure a lot of angry typing.
Oh, I was devious. I was cruel. So
So,
don't mess with my hubby.
How many times am I going to find my same tweet in this timeline? I mean, I've been scrolling up and I see my same tweet, the one to Hunky. And it's like, I could have sworn I scrolled down like 3 minutes ago or 3 swipes ago and it was back, or it was down there. And now it's up here. What is going on?
He's haunting you. He's punishing you for posting that to him.
I don't even think he's seen it yet.
Probably not.
Much like your love life.
But so
it's not as much fun when they don't respond.
Huh? What? Oh, it's not about love life.
Much like your love life.
I honestly have no response to that, so. I'm socially awkward, remember? I'm autistic. I don't always get it.
So, quick question.
It's a convenient curse in this instance.
Yeah, quick question here.
I'm on the spectrum. I still get it enough to make them.
Well, of course, that means you're higher or lower on the spectrum than I am.
Or a different type.
Or you're higher functioning than I am. Yeah. Anywho, or that too, yeah. What'd you want?
Oh, well, anyway, yeah. Have you guys noticed like a lot of people are going over to Twitch?
Yeah,
I will never go over it. I have an account. No. I'm not doing it.
Well, no. Reason being is like I noticed like and I'm not just talking about like with gaming, like with Anna and Dark Barbie, but like even other people I follow, like they've been going over to Twitch. But I don't think Twitch is much better. If not, it looks like it's a little worse. Did you guys hear about the moderator that they hired over at Twitch?
The deer?
Yeah, the deer lady.
She's technically not a Twitch employee. She's just on the Public Safety Council.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but one of their employees is one of the women that's been stalking a lot of the men in this community online.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Dude, it's like, how is that any better?
I already went super off on that creepy Stephanie or whatever her name is on Twitter. Oh, I just went full blown facts on her. It's like, or it. I don't want to misgender it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
The thing is, basically, it's like your truth. There is nothing but the truth. Also. And the truth is you are a bigot to anybody with a difference of opinion, and you are suffering from a clinical alternative to lycanthropy.
Yeah.
deers do not have hands, and they do, and their bodies have fur. You do not.
Yes.
And you can't be let's also put this, you're a guy who says you're a woman, but you're wearing antlers to make yourself a deer, and antlers are only male.
Well, here's the thing. He's a guy that identifies as a woman, also identifies as a lesbian. So technically, this guy is heterosexual.
Yeah.
But it's also, why, if you're saying you're a woman, are you wearing antlers to be a deer?
Because he likes to curl when his girlfriend gives him antler scratches.
Use them like a dildo?
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, man. It's just so... I sexually identify as a lamp. Now I'm ready to work as a mod and for Twitch. Oh my god, dude.
That's a good one.
Well, you want to know what I identify as?
What?
I identify as a block of wood. There.
So
Give me three.
Identify as an orange hat.
Give me. Yeah, there you go. I identify as a freaking orange hat. Worship.
There you go. There.
Okay,
I can relate with orange hat.
Point out that this would have been so much better if we had.
Happy?
No, let me fucking finish. I just wanted to point out that this would have been so much better if we had Monkey in here when you said you identify as a piece of wood.
Yeah, I know that he would have been like, "That's what she said," or whatever.
He would have
Happy?
Uzis for that one.
I've been on dates. I've had all the experiences. So, dude, seriously, you're trying to channel the monkey. You're a dinosaur. It doesn't work. I had a life before YouTube. I've lived before YouTube.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, so I was just wondering why it seemed like a lot of people were going over to Twitch, but I'm not just talking about like Anna doing gaming and then Darth Barbie, but like other people I was following are starting to go on Twitch, and I'm like, what's the big appeal?
I mean, you guys will probably be kicked off of Twitch in 10 days after what's her name finally gets complete control over the Health and Safety Council, because if you say anything stupid, they'll kick you off in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We don't give you warnings. We just kick you off. It's like, bitch, go ahead.
It's just kind of insanity at this point. I
Yeah, but I love going over when Lethal's on and just sitting there in his chat for like 30 minutes, calling him a thought and telling him he's a hoe.
I've tried going on to Twitch with my Kindle. I mean, and using the browser to get onto Twitch. I have a Twitch account. It's just not working.
Yeah.
I just like torturing people. I just like trolling.
I know. That's why I call you Lady Punisher.
I'm good at trolling people, though. My favorite one is still two reactions. One, when I made the forced sex joke in chat and Lethal put it up on the screen and Ryan almost fell out of his chair, choked on what he was saying when he read it.
Is there a video of that?
No, but I've got a screen grab of when it's up on the screen. I'll have to show you sometime. The other one was they had Drunk hosting like Ryan, Nerdrotic, and Jeremy together, and they were picking on him about when he started wearing the hat. Mm-hmm. And I sent a super over to Drunk saying that Jeremy looks better the more of him's covered up, and had him read it to him.
Nice.
First of all, Jeremy, ouch, damn woman. And you could see him actually cringe at that one. As all the guys were laughing, going, "You hear him? You hear that? Come on, at least pull your sleeves down. Hide those ugly arms, too, while you're at it." You're all railing on him. I screenshotted his face as it fell, as it was being read to him, and tweeted it over to him.
That's funny.
I'm a little evil.
So,
same way in person with him when I got to spend time with him. I literally stood in front of him and took pictures of him walking in his pre-ripped jeans and told him, "Look at you walking, Mr. Pre-ripped basic bitch walking the ghetto catwalk."
Oh, damn.
Jeez. Ouch.
Wow.
Hey, does anybody know what happened to Amy One Kenobi? Like she just disappeared.
A few
She
things.
did.
Long story.
Oh,
Well, I know that she had a flooded house.
The flooded house. She was going through some medical issues. She had reactions to meds. There's some other stuff too, but
yeah.
Oh.
a few times, but not much. She's really been going through a lot.
Yeah, that's what I
Damn.
figured because I knew about her the medical issues. I didn't hear about the flooded house, but
That was starting before she actually went offline. They were working on rebuilding parts of her house then.
Gosh, I hope that she's all right now, or at least healing.
Every so often I hear from her saying, I'm okay, I'm dealing with this now.
Oh, geez.
So it's just a bunch of piling up stuff because of all the stuff that's going on. She lives down in Texas, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas is going to be under siege soon.
Yeah, that was the last stream she did, was actually me in her house with her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And that was, months ago?
Mm-hmm. I miss Amy. She's a good one.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
She is. I'm going to check my email, see if... No, Anna probably hasn't woken up yet. Never mind. I forget she lives in California.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a big thing. Like talking to people from California, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. You're 3 hours behind.
3 hours behind. Yeah.
So, well, that kind of sucks because sometimes they pull those all-nighters, but, for them, it's not all night. But for me, it's like, oh, geez.
That's why I haven't been able to get into Jesse's late night streams, because I'm usually conked out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, the guys from the East Coast, we're all like, wait, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun's almost up, and you guys are just now starting.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, the last time I tried staying up for somebody, which was Rosetta, I started talking in my sleep on the stream.
Not as bad as I did that one night, remember?
What happened that?
You were there.
The night
I was on those muscle relaxers and passed out.
Oh, Jesus, you were bad.
Doing pervy shit.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Oh, my gosh, that was just nuts.
Actually, how's your...
I woke up after like half hour of doing that. You guys were all laughing. I'm like, what's going on? And in the stream, back up a little. I'm like, oh, fuck. And that stream is not accessible anymore.
Yeah, privatized it. How to do, memes.
But
love that shirt.
Actually, how is your foot and all that, Rosetta?
Well, considering it's been a couple weeks and it takes 6 weeks to 2 months to heal from that kind of injury. That's the broken bones, not the bruise, which take longer.
Right.
Show us your foot.
No. I am not showing you these giant freaking Sue clodhoppers. Or a freaking size 11 shoe.
What?
I wear a size 11 shoe.
Man's or woman's?
Woman's, but that's not the point. Average shoe size of a woman is 7.5.
For a guy? You got small feet.
I got
a size 13.
Trust me, for women, this is huge. They're clodhoppers.
Oh.
That's what she said.
I like huge things, but not my feet.
That's what she said as well.
Yeah.
Literally, right here. She. Wow.
Debatable.
All right. You guys ever get fortune cookies from, the Chinese restaurants?
Yep.
All right. Add in bed to all of those. And think about it.
Well, I remember the fortune cookie from Jackie Chan Adventures. Danger looms in your future in bed. Well, there we go, man. Dude, I'm not going to sleep tonight.
No, when we were younger, we'd always do that, but at the same time, now the older, it's like, wow,
I
really
liked your tweet.
Our size 1300 Nikes.
I had the weirdest one. You ever get the?
You won't like my feet.
Orange. You ever get the fortunes that aren't normal and they are really scary accurate?
Once or twice.
This one, the night before I went to the zoo with Chris and my husband, I had one that literally said to beware of bees and stings. At the zoo, I had to avoid one of the freaking murder hornets.
Oh.
Oh. Ambassador, dude.
A little.
Jesus. Ambassador just put a meme on Instagram. Can't believe they took Elmer Fudd's gun. What's next? Woody's pecker? Dude, that is freaking legendary right there.
That just
don't give them ideas.
Holy shit memes.
There's a director's cut.
A lot of things I'd rather not. And I'm not doing the ones I'd rather not, ever.
Oh.
Read what he said in the last one.
Go on.
Do something you would rather not each day in bed.
Do something you're running. Interesting.
Sleep on my side. There you go.
There's a director's cut to Edge of Tomorrow. God damn it! Now I gotta look for it. Do they have it on digital? Time to go off screen again. Well, I'm already off screen, so.
You're a wanker.
I'm a lovable wanker.
You're a wanker. You're a wanker. Now here's what do you guys let me see here. What was I thinking? Fuck, my brain just went completely. Oh yeah, Ryan. You remember when they were taking the guys in fandom and they were putting them through this app to make them look like women?
Oh dear God.
And they did that to Ryan, and he posted a picture of it next to his own picture.
Oh yeah.
I fucker.
Yeah, I heard that.
I retweeted that out going that Ryan openly admits that he's a masturbator into self-pleasure, and I've been trolling him for months with a freaking song called I'm a Wanker from Ivor Biggin in Europe.
Oh, geez.
Every time he starts to say something, it's like, yes, but you're a bloody wanker, and I post the clip of the song. I don't know why I've gotten a reputation for a smart mouth. Right, man?
Yeah, I think I got that same cookie, fortune cookie there, Happy.
Dang it, they don't have it on digital. That sucks.
Oh, what, is it just Blu-ray?
No, I'm talking about the director's cut to Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah, that's my point. It's just on Blu-ray.
I'm guessing it's just on hard copy.
I'm
gonna look on Amazon Prime though. Yeah, I got into a fight on Twitter with a bunch of frickin' Rian Johnson shills, or stans as they like to call themselves, and they kept on going after, or they were making fun of me because I won't watch Knives Out. But they then, or I also told them that I hadn't seen it. I would have figured that these idiots would have figured that out when I said I have no interest in watching or endorsing or supporting a movie that shows bigotry and whatnot. Right. And then I say later on that I haven't seen it and I have no interest in seeing it. Then what are you talking about? It's like, oh my God, you people are nuts. I mean, how are you just realizing that I haven't seen it?
Exactly.
After I've basically given you every implication that I haven't. Oh. But thing is, speaking of Looper Happy, I have seen Looper. I liked Looper, and I've seen it after The Last Jedi when I knew that Rian Johnson was a prick, but it's like, this movie's a good movie.
Right.
He has talent, but it's not he doesn't have Star Wars talent.
Yeah.
So I might actually get Looper, seeing how nothing else is on my wish list is on sale. So, crap, I might have to, or got to reopen that and buy Looper. Because I've seen it before, I liked it, so it's on sale for $7.99 right now. So. Say what now?
Memes of destruction there.
What did he say?
I have masturbated enough for several lifetimes.
Dude, how are you even alive?
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear about that guy in Brazil?
No, what?
He masturbated like 30 times or 32 times in one day and killed himself.
I shouldn't laugh at that. I'm sorry, but yeah. Okay.
No, it's funny as hell. Dude, it's funny as hell.
Laugh at it. Laugh at it.
What? But what? I mean, 30 times? Really?
I'm wondering the same thing. Dude, how does he replenish his load in order to go again?
Well, not just that, but like, isn't that almost medically impossible?
No, it's not medically impossible. You just got to replenish and whatnot, but the problem is you put too much stress on your heart.
I guess. Geez.
I mean, the dude was like not even in his 30s, and he killed himself by masturbating too much. How do you do that?
I don't. Geez.
Oh my God, I know.
My wife's a medical assistant. I'll have to ask her.
Holy crap, I know.
Amazon Prime. All right, $8. Where's my checkbook? There it is.
Come on.
All right, here. 2042. Well, we're 22 years away from that.
So, happy Dino. So, if you don't have any females in your species, is watching Jurassic Park like porn to you? Because they're all female.
They're not running around naked.
Happy, yeah, how do you even get to do that to yourself, dude? With those short, stubby arms.
Well, that's why he has a tail. That's why he said he's using his tail.
Oh.
Yeah.
How can you get your tail around that thing?
I must make it around.
I not to wonder why, but to shut up and not question it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, I've gotten into much bigger trouble because of an overly curious mind.
Me? I've gotten you into a lot of problems over the months of dreams.
God, I can't even do simple math anymore.
You could once?
Yeah, a long time ago when I was in kindergarten. Yes, I know I just did it to myself, but I have no problem doing it to. I'm not going to say that.
In the middle of the masturbation chat, you start to go, I have no problem doing it to myself.
There's one of those angry comedians that was talking about it. He's like, you want to know a good preach about self-control? Jack off 30 times to stop yourself from going outside, because the moment you put your hand on that door, you're passing out.
Oh, geez.
Can't even remember his name, but I saw it like 8 years ago or something like that. All right. Now
I can't get that statement out of my head.
Oh, geez.
Gosh, Rosetta, I don't like living in your head. It is so scary in here.
Yeah, it's scary.
There's nothing up here that's frightening, I promise. Come on, Father, darling.
No, that's right.
I politely decline.
Yeah.
Come
And
on,
if you
the spider to the fly.
now you're just getting into sexual harassment because I politely declined.
Yeah, really?
It's a quote, you dumbass.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Fruitcake.
No, bitch.
Data not found.
Oh.
Uh-oh. All right, now I can get back on camera now that I'm done all that shit. Oh, shut up. Oh, what the hell's wrong with you? And no, Jurassic Park is not porn. We don't see Dana.
I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say, though, is there's female dinosaurs all in that movie because that's all there is. So, I think
that's not exactly accurate.
Well, okay, they changed into male to breed.
Also, we saw the aftermath of unauthorized breeding in Jurassic Park. Excuse me one second.
I need a shower. There is vor. Yeah, there is vor. Yeah. One way to look at it. I never understood that one, to be honest with you. Hey, Rosetta, you still there?
Kind of.
What's wrong?
You don't want to know?
Oh.
It's been a bad week.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Just give me a few minutes.
All right, that's fine. I didn't even know dinosaurs had a religion, Happy. Oh, not too much, Soul Assassin. Just having a friendly, funny chat with Rosetta and Orange Hat. Not going to be on too long. I got a couple things I got to take care of, and then got to do some cleaning, and then I'm having the cookout later. Other than that, that's about it. How have you been?
I forgot to mute my mic. Oops.
Don't worry, I didn't hear really anything. Rosetta stepped out for a minute.
How much of that did you actually hear?
No, it was muffled. I didn't hear hardly anything. It just muffled.
Okay, just checking.
No, it was muffled. I didn't really hear anything. I just heard conversation, but that's it. It's as if like I heard it through like 3 thick walls or something. I don't know.
That was that was just me in the kitchenette basically talking to myself. But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I said something that would have gotten Rosetta to laugh her ass off. Where'd she go?
Like me.
There she is.
Yeah. All right. Where's my spoon? There it is. Yeah, I just got myself a bowl of cereal because I'm hungry.
Yeah, don't blame me there.
It's Crunch Berry Captain Crunch. I missed the I gotta go to Walmart and get some only berries.
I am going to have to go, guys. I'm not doing well.
All right.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, Rosetta.
I'll torture you guys later when I have more energy.
All right, yeah. Just send us a message on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Stay out of trouble.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
And Orange Hat,
No promises.
no tracking down miners, and no cactuses.
Wait, what'd you say?
No cactuses. I'm not sure about the first part.
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
But
Speaking of spoons there, Dino, have you ever seen the Alice in Wonderland movie with Johnny Depp?
yeah, I have.
I mean, that rabbit, the Briar Rabbit at the tea party, he's like, spoon.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, that's what she said, huh?
Mm.
Something about body missing money at Orange. But yeah,
That's
she's
what
like,
I-
no
that's what I
tracking
got.
down
I didn't
miners
hear
and no
it, like-
cactuses.
I heard cactuses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah.
But no, what was I gonna say? So yeah, it's it's just a crazy world right now.
Well, it's so
have you been
crazy that I
saving
got off of Facebook politics stuff.
Yeah, I'm not really on Facebook. I just, for me, there's only so much social media I can take at one time. So I stick with just Twitter, and that's already always been a dumpster fire, half the time. And that kind of thing. But
With family members and whatnot.
it's just well, I don't know. It's like if it seems like if it's not one thing, it's another. But have you been staying all right out there? Orange Hat? Uh-oh. I think I lost him. No, Seem yeah, the makeup effects, I don't know. I didn't really care for that movie that much. Lost Orange Hat. Having a bad day, kick an orphan who. Oh, for God's sakes! Ah, you're back.
Mm-hmm. I am back. If you're having a bad day, kick an orphan. Who will they complain? Oh God, that is so
terrible. By the way, I'm adopted, bud.
Yeah.
But no, I was just wondering if during all this, have you been doing all right? Have you been staying safe, Orange Hat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good.
I am far away from any riot, any demonstration. I'm far away from all of that.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
up
no.
in the Adirondacks where it can't touch me.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, one time, I was, all the rides and all that, like the ones in like San Bernardino, like I was actually there the week before doing the delivery. So it's like,
Glad you got out in time.
Yeah, really. I don't want to be stuck there, especially in a truck.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. Now I got this like, what is it, Republic of Chad or whatever now?
Chaz, CHAZ.
Yeah, what's all that about?
Stands for Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. And I'll tell you after this next bite.
Chaz, the male version of Karen? I don't know. I think there might be worse than a Karen. More chat ratings again. That's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, people are crazy out there, but as long, as long as everyone's staying safe, that's all I'm hoping for. All you guys.
Okay, I think I'm back now.
Yeah, I think. All right.
The Republic of Chaz is basically Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. It started, or they said it was because of the whole George Floyd thing. But
okay.
These are not the protesters. These are the violent people, the looters and rioters. And they, in order to set up their insurrectionist enemies of the state kind of thing, because that is technically what they are now.
Right.
They ripped out a gate or fence or wall and said, "This is our area now. We are declaring this an autonomous zone."
Okay.
The mayor has, and so now they're basically. Do you read X-Men comics?
Yeah.
Genosha.
Oh. Okay.
Basically, yeah. So they're separate and whatnot, but now they're making demands that they need resources, and it's like, you do realize that now that you are an autonomous structure of land and whatnot, even though you are not recognized or legitimized, you can't make demands like that.
Right.
Not when you are. But yeah, they're just the crime has tripled inside of that area. People or the 911 calls have tripled. The police can't get in there. The mayor's calling it like a block party, and I'm like, yeah, where people are getting assaulted, sexually assaulted, choked out to death. I mean, they almost killed a preacher just recently, and they tried forcing that preacher to kiss a man.
Oh yeah, I saw that video. Where's this at?
Seattle, Washington.
Seriously?
Yes. Which makes me worried for a lady friend of mine who lives in Washington.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What are these? Well, they're no longer individuals. What is this mob mentality thinking anyway? Jeez.
I'm starting to think Ultron had a point.
I'm starting to think a lot of movies had a point.
I mean, when it comes to this kind of behavior, I'm starting to think that Ultron and Thanos both had points.
Yeah.
Ultron was on the internet for less than a minute and decided that the world or that humanity needed to go.
Yeah.
And Thanos, he didn't want to kill all of humanity. He just wanted to kill half of it and whatnot, so that the other half can live on. Except that it was an act of evil.
Yeah.
And then when he learned that people would still resist, well, his younger self, which was still very much the warrior, is like, fine, I'll just kill everything.
Right. Yeah.
But these people have gotten just so out of hand, and it's like, I'm sorry, but if I was a president, I wouldn't care what the Democrats say. I care enough for the American people to send in the military and say, look, you failed your state. You are no longer caring about how your state is run. We are going to do it for you since you have failed.
Actually, that's the other thing. I don't really get into politics that much, but there has been like no interaction between any level of government here. Like they're literally twiddling their thumbs at this whole thing.
Well, one side is. The other side is saying, when are you guys going to wake up and take care of your states? They just disbanded the police in Minneapolis yesterday.
I heard
That's
about
why
that.
I put the hashtag or RIP Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I am worried for people or friends, and I am worried so much about any family and friends that are in any of these hotspots.
Oh yeah.
It is truly concerning. And I know some YouTubers on here are close to those areas.
Yeah.
And it is truly horrifying.
Yeah.
To see that they are close to this stuff, and I don't like it.
Yeah, well,
I mean, yes.
Isn't Anna from Southern California down there?
Yeah, she's in Santa Ana.
Okay, I don't know how bad that one is, but
But it's like, look, we all can acknowledge, including the law enforcement officials themselves, all 100%, well, 99.999999999% of the U.S. all agree what happened to George Floyd was murder.
Yes.
Was it first-degree murder? Hell no. He would walk if they tried pushing that.
Oh, yeah.
Was it second-degree murder? It's hard to prove, but it can be done.
Right.
Third degree, easier to prove because you don't have the burden of intent.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, everybody still continues to call the cops racist and institution racist and whatnot, including some of my own friends. And I just ignore that because it's like, I'm not even going to open up that can of worms. You're allowed to believe what you believe. I'm going to agree to disagree, and I'm not even going to debate you on it because there are times where some of my friends are like, well, and they get too freaking overzealous and they end up freaking blocking, and I don't want that bullshit going on. I'll just agree to disagree, and I'll just move on. I have seen a friend of mine who was personally was a right winger, who was a Trump supporter, but recently apparently Trump did a thing where he loosened restrictions on, or not loosened, but he got rid of provisions for the LGBTQ's healthcare or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know if he actually did that. or what, but well, she's also part of the LGBTQ, and she was a very big supporter of Trump. Well, now she's completely against him, and it's like one issue, one damn issue.
That's all it takes for some people.
And exactly, and it's pretty sad. Now, I understand it is a very big issue because
Right.
she is part of that community,
Right.
but it's like, it's still one issue. Yes, it is a large issue for you specifically, but you are going, that's sad that you are turning away from him based on that one issue. Now, there are other friends of mine who are totally against the police in this, and it's like, I am not 100% for the police, but I'm not 100% against them. I have family in law enforcement. I will back the legitimate actions of the police. There was that shootout, or they killed a black suspect at a Wendy's recently, and their police chief just retired. And I had it on Twitter. It's like, okay, I just heard about the details. That shooting was justified. He had assaulted police. He stole a weapon from a police officer, and he pointed it at a police officer.
Yeah, that's obvious then.
That is complete justification to open fire.
Right.
And they're like, it was a taser that he was pointing. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he took the weapon.
When the law says you do not assault a police officer, you do not take their weapons, you do not do any of that, they are putting down a threat that could have been possibly worse. That person was an immediate danger to not just the police officers, but to the public.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
And they're all saying, well, it's just another black martyr. It's like, no, this is gone on far enough. You guys have just regressed this country
back
so far back, worse than, yes, I'm going to get somewhat political here. Sorry. You guys have just basically regressed worse than the Obama administration. The Obama administration set us back at least a decade. You guys just pushed us back 4 to 5 decades.
Back to the
and that is pathetic.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, sure, there are conservative voices who happen to be black. Candace Owens, the Hodge twins, and whatnot.
Right.
And many others, Ben Carson. But they're getting attacked by many of the black community, calling them Uncle Toms, coons, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like,
wow.
How about we all, how can we all agree on this? We are all equal. We are all one race, the human race.
Yes.
And if we focused on that instead of what we define ourselves by label-wise, race-wise, gender identity, sexuality, or any of that, what does that matter?
Exactly. That's how I see it too. When I was traveling across the country, truck driving, I met people from everywhere, all walks of life, different countries, different states. I've been to all 38 states. And if we focus just a little bit of our energy on how much we are very similar, we wouldn't even have to worry about our differences. Because I was down the heart of Louisiana, Mississippi, like really conservative states, and yet I was treated fine. I've been to up north, treated fine. It's like, what, I don't see why this has become such a huge thing when I really saw like other people, I was treated fine with decency and respect. What else there needs to be said? Because that's all anybody just wants. But when you start up a problem and you make it a problem, then it becomes a bigger problem. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's the opposite mentality kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Excuse me. Sometimes I wonder if these people that are these so-called people that are for civil rights, that are for BLM, it makes me wonder if they really are for that or if they just want to start a fight.
Thing is, here's the thing about the BLM. Back when the BLM first started, I had labeled it a terrorist organization.
Right.
And mostly because of my own personal experiences with them, I got a death threat from one person simply because I had a black shirt on. And I was just coming out of a consultation for a knee surgery appointment. This guy who was African American or black looks at me. He's like, "Man, if I have my gun right now, I'd shoot your ass." I'm like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "How dare you wear a black shirt? You ain't black." I'm like, what does that have to do with a shirt color?
Yeah. Okay. Jeez.
I mean, if you really want to look at the shirt color, it's, believe it or not, they used very, very dark red to color the shirt. Now, my second one was my brother had gotten me a Bo Jackson jersey because Bo Jackson is my absolute favorite player in the NFL.
Okay.
I'm a 90s Raiders fan for life.
Oh, okay.
And I went and I wore this jersey to Walmart.
Right.
And a woman saw me or a black woman saw me wearing it. She's like, "You need to take off that." I'm checking out at the checkout. "You need to take that off now." And I'm like, "Excuse me, I like this player. He's my favorite football player." "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, white boy." And she goes to reach for my thing, and I automatically go defensive. I grab her hands. I'm like, "Ma'am, you're not touching this jersey. This was an official jersey."
Yeah, really.
Wearing it is usually a no-no when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I wanted to because I was excited and whatnot. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Security came out to escort her out because they saw on the camera that she was the aggressor.
Right.
And she says, "Oh, I'm going to run his ass over or outside in the parking lot." And they're like, "Sir, you need to stay inside. We are now calling the police."
Oh, wow.
So, and she was also trying to scream Black Lives Matter, try to get the crowd riled up. It didn't quite work because there were other black people there that were shaking their heads thinking she's just a zealot and she's nuts.
Yeah.
And so they had her arrested and I was able to walk home.
Right.
And they're like, "Do you want to ride home?" I'm like, "No, I can or walk. It's only about a couple miles." And I'm like, "All right." I mean, I don't like riding in the back of police vehicles. This was way before my arrest and all that.
Right.
But I still don't like being in the back of them.
Well, yeah, of course.
And it's just so after that, this was before I got into any of the stuff on Twitter and whatnot.
Right.
Those two experiences, which were less than a month apart,
right,
basically cemented that to me at the time that Black Lives Matter was a terrorist organization. They tried using violence and intimidation for political purpose. Now,
that's textbook.
Later on, I had seen that there are members of the black community in the Black Lives Matter movement that are not violent. Their core belief, all they want is an acknowledgement. And this is the pure Black Lives Matter movement, not the organization or the government organization that was legitimized, but the pure Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay.
The ones that are saying, we just want an acknowledgement that there are racial problems in this country and that we want them to be fixed. Now, as pure and as understandable as that is, yes, I acknowledge it. Are we ever going to get rid of racism in this country? Hell no.
No.
Because unfortunately, human nature decries that it is, or human nature has a potential that is so deep-seated, which is hatred.
Yeah.
And intolerance, sadly, is a part of that. Now, we can do our best to battle it and combat it.
Right.
And with the right methods, we can do a very good job at it.
Right.
But we will never get rid of it.
Well,
and there is one person who also opened my eyes more to it, and that was Abu Nas.
Oh yeah.
He's like, because he's out there, he's doing the protests and whatnot,
Yeah.
but he's peacefully protesting.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the peaceful protesters. They are
Right.
allowed to. It's a constitutional right
Yeah.
to protest. And so for them, I have no problem. But it is when you break the law, when you take
Yes.
that step from peaceful to violent, that
Yeah.
is when I no longer respect a person who has taken these actions.
Right.
and-
Exactly.
Many of them say, we're doing it for George Floyd. And it's like, no, you're not. He wouldn't want this. His own family came out and said it. He
Yeah.
would not want people burning cities and looting and rioting. He wouldn't
Right.
want people attacking police. He wouldn't, or the police are not the problem. A corrupt officer was the problem.
Right. Exactly.
You are blaming the entire institution, which is wrong. And
yeah.
because it's them saying, get rid of all the police, it is the worst thing you can do. As last time I checked, it's actually illegal to disband a legitimate law enforcement organization unless it is corrupt to the core. There was no evidence of that. So Minneapolis, their state government technically just broke the law.
Yeah.
So yeah, the military should be brought in and say, you just, or each one of you are now in violation of your oath to office, and
Right.
we are here to secure a peaceful transition to people who will obey the law and the office in which it is maintained, that you are here to support all the people, not just ones you agree with.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's-
yeah, it's
Well-
gotten bad.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, will we ever end racism? Definitely not. And I'm a big history buff, and look how many thousands of years we've had. People think you're going to fix this in one day. You're not. Heck, I mean, the ancient Greeks, the city-states, they were all considered Greek. They all hated each other. And they were Greek. The
It took
Spartans,
300
like the
people to
Athenians,
die. It
Yeah,
took
it's
300 people to die before Greek was united.
And even then,
Well,
it was a
300.
tentative. It was only
Yeah.
it was more of a temporary unification.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's you're always going to have problems like that, and trying to solve it by violence is probably the worst way, because now the people that did support you have no support for you. So now you're even more roguish. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, it's just insane. Yeah, Sparta. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes, I did reference the 300 of Sparta.
yes.
The real 300,
Yes,
not the
real
movie.
one,
Yeah. Now, another thing that I was actually going to say, and I'm now starting to draw a blank. Goddamn. Ah, crap! I had it, and it just, goddamn, I just lost it. My dad got bitched at out by a lady with TDS. Oh, well, that just reminded me. Thank you, Happy Dinosaur. At the checkout line, who refused to let my dad pay for his groceries because we were talking about our Trump support. So we had to get the manager involved.
Oh,
I
geez.
can't think of
That's
anyone who-
ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
that is ridiculous. Now, I was actually having a debate offline with somebody, and they were talking. They're like, "Well, they tried using the whole "you got white privilege" bullshit, and your ancestors enslaved mine." I'm like, "Excuse me, my ancestors came into the United States through Canada long after the Civil War was done. So nice try. By the way, if you really want to talk slavery, let's break it down. The first people to enslave people were the same race as the people they enslaved.
Yes.
So if you really want to go
true.
down this route, you want to blame whites in all this. Well, guess what? You have, or the first people you need to blame are blacks and Africans and all and every other race that has practiced slavery, including the Irish, including the English, including the Australians, including the Chinese, including the Japanese, including the Indians, including all of them. They have all practiced slavery.
Yep.
And they were all of the same race.
Yep.
So, yes, you guys really want to go down this rabbit hole? Well, I'm about to bring you all the way down to the bottom of it, where the core of the problem occurred. Racism was propagated by the same race that enslaved others. So there you go. You just reached the bottom of the rabbit hole. Good luck climbing out.
Well, and I remember we brought that up several times in our history class, and it's one of those things where nowadays no one's even talking about that. It's like, wait, how can you only do partial history when you don't know the full story behind the history you're learning? See, to me, that as a historian, that like infuriates me, because that's like a skewed vision of history. You know what I'm saying? You need to have the full story, or else if you just get bits and pieces handed to you, you're never going to get the full story. So guess what? You'll never know the actual full history of civilizations. And it's insane. But it's okay. The manager solved the problem. Still, though, still happy. The point is, it shouldn't have happened in the first place. You know,
it shouldn't have gone that far.
Yeah, exactly. In the first place, that's ridiculous. Jeez, I don't know what. Why do you feel like?
I remember living back in the 90s, man. Go ahead.
No, I was going to actually say something similar. It's like, why does it feel like we're devolving instead of evolving? It's almost like.
Because we are devolving. Well,
because
most of us are devolving. Sadly, some of us are devolving.
It just seems like, during the 90s and that sort of thing, this was never really brought up. And it just seems like it's making things worse. Like if anything, like by bringing it up and becoming a problem, it makes it worse.
Yeah, because they're not discussing solutions. They're just looking for more people to blame.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember back in the 90s, you could say things like, oh my God, if you tell that person what I said, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, everybody around you knew you enough and basically came to the conclusion, like, they're just having playful, witty
exactly.
banter. Nowadays, you say, oh my God, if you tell that person I'm going to kill you, that person just threatened to kill somebody. Yeah. Kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's yeah. And that's why I was starting out with, like, when it comes to like even video games, like in the gaming industry, it seems like many of these video game developers and then their relationship with their publishers, they're almost like walking on eggshells. And they shouldn't. It should be the creative freedom to make these games, but yet it's becoming more and more apparent that, they're starting to push all these agendas in video games even. And video games were a means of escapism. I know we talked about that a couple times about movies. Video games are meant to be escapism, like I was talking about the Doom series. It's like it's mindless fun. You go around shooting demons. I mean, it's just fun. There's no real life context to it, though. It's not like because I'm doing violent things in the video games mean I'm going to become violent. That's ridiculous.
Exactly. I mean, when I was
still cling to that.
Yep. When I was younger, I played some of the most freaking violent games you could play. Mortal Kombat. And I played a lot of shoot 'em up games.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Yeah.
And did I ever go out and shoot up a school? Did I ever go out and rip a person's spine out of their back and their head attached to it? No. So when there was that point where Trump tried to pander, and he said that I see that. And he says that violent video games and movies are the problem. It's like, time to do a video. And it's like, Mr. President, this was indeed a very bad take.
Yes.
You see, I grew up where we were able to separate reality from fiction. And I grew up playing some of the most violent games. I've seen some of the most violent movies when I was 3 years old.
Yep.
And I can remember them explicitly and implicitly and vividly.
Yes.
And not once did I ever say we should kill somebody, or did I ever want to slaughter people. Not once did I ever think that it was okay to do any of that. Every time I heard about a school shooting back when I was in high school, I was horrified.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't want it to happen in my school.
Yes, that's true.
The first school shooting I was ever made aware of while I was in school was Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Yes, same here. Same here. We're about the same age. So, yes.
Yeah. And not a week after Jonesboro, Arkansas happened, a kid accused me of threatening to bring a gun into school.
Oh.
And my life took a twist. Oh, my gosh, man. First off, the police came and they interrogated me without my father present.
Right.
Secondly, or my mother present, actually, because I was living with her at the time. Secondly, they wouldn't let me out unless I actually admitted to doing it. So after 2.5 hours of no parent, they just said, I wanted to get out of there. It's like, fine, I did it. Yep, she's calling them down for lunch. That's good. And it's just, oh my gosh, it was just so irritating. I got put in special ed and all that stuff. Yeah, I was kicked out of my school for 2 years. But I was sent over to the special ed system in Lake Placid, 2 towns over from where I live.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, it was just, I got bullied there too. It's like, yeah, bullies will treat kids the same way no matter where you go. Had some fun in Lake Placid though. It was, yeah, I could tell you stories, but that's for when we're not on stream. Yeah, but true. Back to the main issue. When he pandered, I did that video. It's one of my pre-thumbnail era videos where I basically said, Trump, this was one of your worst things to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jonesboro. Just the Columbine shooting. Jonesboro happened a year before Columbine. It was the year before.
Yes.
And it's Jonesboro.
Yep. Yeah, I vividly remember that story. Yep. And I remember all the things that happened. They set the fire alarm. Then they ran outside. And then as the kids were coming out, they started shooting.
Yep, that was one of the more, and do not take this as me supporting this or anything, folks. It was one of the smart ways to kill, so to speak. Basically, they led them to slaughter. Yes. And I'm not saying that it is a good thing in any manner, folks.
Right.
I am simply acknowledging that the person used intellect in order to kill.
Yeah.
Now, all these people that want to ban guns and ban this, ban the police, ban that.
Yeah.
Why haven't we banned fertilizer? Why haven't we banned pressure cookers? Why haven't we banned blenders, hammers, nails? Why haven't we banned knives? Why haven't we banned axes, hatchets, and all that stuff? You know what? A person, when I moved back into my hometown 2 years ago, got killed by a tree. Are we going to start banning trees?
Yeah.
You got it. The thing is, folks, you got to think about that.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. The scary thing is, are they even going to stop at firearms? They won't. They'll go to knives, then they'll go to something else. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to be brought back to European standard.
Yeah.
Which is what we fought through
Again,
a war to free ourselves from.
Yeah. And it's just insane. So Happy said, I think stockholders demanding changes to make profit will be a major end to the woke movies and games. Well, it depends, because if they're still making, well, even when they're not making money, they're still trying to pander. So it's almost like, what do you do now?
You know what I would do if I was super rich and I had stocks in all of those things? I would say, you guys might want to rethink how you're doing this, because if you don't, I'm going to sell and I'm going to drop your stock so bad, you're going to wish I had stayed.
Yeah, I hear you there. Bam Pickles.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I responded to Taylor Swift, or one of Taylor Swift's thing.
Okay.
Where she was talking about she's endorsing ripping down the statues.
Okay.
And basically I said, did you ever think that maybe the statues were erected in order to remind later generations that evil once existed in this world and that we should never repeat those evils? That's what I see those statues as, reminders not to repeat the past. And then somebody, outraged Republican of all people, read a fucking book in all caps, and books are greater than 6 greater than statues. So I'm going to respond to this person live, and I'm going to use my microphone voice to text to do it.
All right.
Dude, first off, I went through history class and passed it with flying colors, period. Instead of yelling at me to read a fucking book, perhaps you should tell these other fools who want to rip down the statues to read books, period. There. That's how you handle very rude people.
Yeah. Well, next they'll be banning books. Oh, wait, they already do that. Jeez.
Yeah, they did that in Nazi Germany.
Well, no, not just that. I'm talking about even here.
Oh, yeah, they did start doing that. Huckleberry Finn, a couple other books.
I'm glad you brought up Huckleberry Finn. Okay, because if you actually read the contents of that book, Mark Twain was actually against slavery.
Yep.
But because they have words in it, certain words, it's banned. But it's like, do you not understand the context of that book? He was actually writing it against slavery, and also about how how people treat the poor, and how the rich treat the poor too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that is insane to me. It's like, read the context of, and again, here we go, the same thing with the context of history. If you're only getting bits and pieces of it, you'll never know the full story and never know the context behind it.
Exactly. I mean, there's just so much that we could go into, but we'd be on here for hours if we did.
Yeah. We when it comes to history, I want to do a history stream, but it's going to be like all day or so.
Yeah.
Like, I could just do 12 hours just on the ancient Greeks, if not more. And then
Europe.
Europe. Asia,
Europe banned guns. They banned guns, and look how they were doing with stabbings and acid attacks. Thing is, dude, I hear you.
True.
I'm a conservative, and I think this rampant tribalism has gone too damn far and driving people insane. You're absolutely right. Thing is, I want these statues to be up. I don't want them taken down, because we need as many.
Yeah.
We need as many reminders as we can have, not just the history books, because it's easy to rewrite a book.
Exactly. Or ban it.
You know what? I'm actually going to continue what I was saying to that idiot that went after me. Let's go to the tweet. There we go. Or add on to it. Also, comma, it's easy to rewrite a history book, period. Having a physical reminder is more solid, period.
And very true.
Uh-huh.
But no, anyway, we're gonna be wrapping this up because I'm gonna have to head out, start doing my daily stuff here. But it was great to have you guys on. I love our conversations, together. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna see about scheduling maybe in a couple weeks, maybe a history stream, and I'm going to schedule it for like a couple weeks because it's probably going to be a long talk. But I love to talk about history and stuff like that. But thank you, Orange Hat, for coming on. Thank you, Happy Dinosaur, Soul Assassin. Who else was in here?
Rosetta.
Yeah, Rosetta. Memes of the Destruction. Thank you for coming down. Appreciate it. But anyway, we're gonna be heading out here, and thank you again, Horn Chat, and hope everyone has a nice day. Please stay safe out there, and hope everything can get back to normal soon.
Yeah. Hope so.
Yep.
Take it easy, folks. Stay humble.
Take care. Bye.
How long before he realizes that he just left the stream and that this was his stream? Let's see.